super excited to share my recipes. I had a journey with Quaker when they got me on board, so I'm here to share that.
We're also all super excited to hear and to be inspired by you. Okay, we know what inspired you to start your healthy lifestyle?
Whoa. It was about 20 years ago, 21 years ago. I was 33. So same age ko. 53. I'm 53. Yeah. Toxic lifestyle. Such toxic lifestyle. I was burned out. I was in export. I was smoking 2 packs a day. And I had a dream, like at that time, I didn't believe you can dream a life. I was like living the usual, the grind, and I was just taking every day. But I really believe that this is your life. It's a deck of cards. You deal with it. So it was the first time I came into the concept of creating a life, a dream. So for the very first time in my life, I dreamed a dream. And then with everything that I read, you're supposed to be able to create the dream for you. So you're responsible for it. And I was wondering if I would get to that dream because my body was failing. At 34, 33, I was always in the hospital. Because I had bronchitis constantly, because 2-pack-a-day smoker, hello, and constant flu and throat infections because immunity system is bad. I was saying, I'd be damned if I'm not going to reach the dream because I had a vehicle that was failing me. And the second thing was, I could not believe in myself. I was told that to create a life, I had to be responsible for it, but it's possible. But then, I couldn't believe it was possible because I was smoking 2 packs a day. And the idea there is, I did not smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes smoked me. It means I had an addiction. So I was being run by cigarettes. Literally running to the sari-sari store at 2 a.m. when I don't have any more cigarettes. Yeah, so I couldn't believe in myself at that point. But the dream, actually this is the dream. The life I'm living today is the dream. So at that time, this was impossible. Like if you told me at that time that I would be one of the country's top health guru or an inspiration, I'd say, oh, what a hell. That was really, really impossible.
I smoke 2 packs a day?
Yes.
A guru?
So I created my first program. First to quit smoking. Because my biggest scare, because I'm vain, I'm 33, was to gain weight. So I bought about 15 to 20 books, American Heart Health Association, because I was scared to get depressed. And I had this book called How to Stop Smoking and Not Gain Weight. That's the title of the book. Look it up. It's really existing. And they had recipes there, and I read up, and I created the program for myself. I prepared myself, and for the very first time, I realized that you can really, so it's not just a bunch of things to do. It's not even just a lifestyle change. It's a behavior and a belief modification. I transformed myself, and the rest is history because I created a business out of my lifestyle. And mukha naman I'm successful.
Yes.
I am, yeah.
With your Britney Spears smile.
Yes. So, yeah, that's my story.
You did touch on a bit, well, just a little bit. You said that Quaker was may journey ka.
Yeah.
With Quaker. Can you tell us more about that? Like incorporating oats into like making Miss Nadine Tengco who she is today.
Yeah. But when they got me, I'm always up for the challenge. Like, dear God, there's nothing I can't do. But to create 30 recipes out of oats. 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 To me, oats is a member of my pantry as an alternate to flour. Okay, so I use that instead of using flour, I use it to make oat pancakes. So, but it's just there. It's not a staple. So I was really worried. And then the next thing I was thinking about is if I were to create recipes for Filipino people, because the overnight oats is such a big thing on Instagram, right? But I'm thinking of my brother who eats tapsilog. Yeah, so I'll give him, I was thinking, kumain ka na overnight oats. My brother's going, ano yan? So I was thinking, what do Filipinos like to eat for breakfast? So I said, if I were to create a really adaptable, daily, sustainable recipe, it has to take over pandesal, number one, or tinapay, or bread, or rice.
Sinangag.
Sinangag,
Yes.
diba? So one day, so this is how it started, this excitement. So one day I was at home and my partner said, let's have coffee. And I'm like, I don't have anything for coffee. But you don't have a cake or something like that. So I said, I should try starting recipes. And I really just whipped up. I created a cinnamon roll in a microwave in like 3.5 minutes out of oats.
Wow.
So I said, oh, I'm such a genius, feeling really great about myself. And then that went on and on. Like one morning, I wanted to have bread, but I didn't have bread at home. So I felt like herby, whatever. So I created bread. And it's like everything is 3 to 5 minutes. And the thing about that is, because I have this range called mug cakes, mug muffins. I even made this egg mug muffin, oats egg mug muffin. Because and then that's when I really got inspired. Because I was thinking, wow, how come I never thought of this before? Like, how come I never? And it's very threatening to bake. Oven temperature, scary ingredients. Yeah, and baking is such an exact science. It's going to drop, and then you have a lot to clean up. And it takes such a long time. So if you're super, super busy, also, I'm imagining this mug cakes, mug muffin, mug tinapay, mug muffin to, for example, your husband, giving it parang in the car. Oh, yan, breakfast mo. Diba? It's like, it's something that can be so easy and accessible because I really, really gave it to a lot of people. And my next challenge is kanin, rice. I created actually a chow fan dish. So, and I'm so excited to share it because it's so, sorry, it's so yummy. Nabubuhat ng sariling bangko. But I had a recipe that I have burrito bowl, oats burrito bowl, and I think the longest that it will take about 12 to 15 minutes with those really kamameshi. I have a kamameshi bowl, oats kamameshi bowl, and oat salad. But that's why I'm so excited because I kept saying, who knew? Who even I, personally, who knew oats could be, this versatile. It was so, and cheaper than, I'm not going to malign other grains, but there are grains that we have adopted as Filipinos, like quinoa, for example. Quinoa is such a big thing, and quinoa is so expensive. And quinoa is not Filipino at all. I mean, it's not part of our diet. We don't even know how to use it. I've posted so many times that you have to soak quinoa to take out the bloat and the bubbles. Nobody knows that. We don't know how to use that. So we've adopted foreign grains and that's not in our shelves, but there is oats. So things that we've been using, for example, quinoa with grain bowls are a big thing now. Grain bowls, like poke bowl, you know that? So I used oats instead of quinoa in those dishes. And that's why I'm feeling like a rock star. So to me, oats is like, hello oats. Now it's a stable ingredient. It's not just there on my shelf. It's every day, every morning when I have to make a quick breakfast or a quick snack. or a coffee partner or something. So
That's what you're
yeah.
for. So, okay, me, I only have one job. I'm only a DJ. But our guests over here, you guys do so much. I mean, vloggers, you guys are moms. Now, hearing things like this, now you can do it in like 3 to 5 minutes. It's so encouraging. So, how about you guys? Like, how have you incorporated oats into your family's lifestyle?
With me naman kasi sa husband ko. Talagang, like sabi mo kanina, ano yung New Year's resolution namin. And my husband asked me last year kung ano daw yung bigyan ng gusto ng gift. Sabi ko, only gift na gusto ko, magpa-executive check-up ka.
Wow.
Because, kako 44 lang na si Chita Miranda. So, well, 44 na po talaga siya. So, sabi niya, I'm healthy, ganyan-ganyan, wala naman siya nararamdaman. So, no. Kailangan mo magpa-executive check-up, sasamahan kita. So talagang, sabi niya, full kami, and all, ganyan. Sabi ko, pinuha ko sa secretary nila yung schedule, dito tayo. But I say cruise. Talagang, wala siyang choice. Parang yun. So parang, sige, para just to prove to you na I'm healthy. Afterwards, ang taas ng LDL niya, bad cholesterol niya, 175. So parang, ano yun, di ko alam yun eh. So kailangan sabi ko, can you please go back sa cardiologist just to explain pa kung ano. And to check kung ano may mga pwede niyang kainin. So pagbalik niya, kailangan niya, ang daming bawal. Yung parang bawal na, parang hindi ka nakakain. And to think, lagi na sa road ang parokya. Sa bahay kasi, ang food namin, usually ang sinaserve ko, fish and vegetables. Kasi syempre, parang mas healthy for us, with my kid and kay Chito. Pero kapag nasa road sila, nandiyan na yung chicharong bulaklak, sisig, papaitan, alam mo naman yung mga boys. And thank God, hindi na siya nag-smoke at hindi na rin siya umiinom. So, yung food na lang, and yung rice niya, sobrang parang maliit na kaldero. Isa-isa sila. And, yung ano pa nila, totoo lang kasi kumain. Tapos, syempre pagod sila, and yung may dessert pa yan, tig-isa-isa silang leche flan. So, ang laki nun. So, parang dahil nakita ko parang, oh my God, ang grabe kayo kumain. Pang-crispy pata and all, ganyan. Meron naman silang vegetable, isa lang. So, hati-hati pa sila doon. Parang gano'n. So, sabi ko sa asawa ko, kailangan ka mag-diet. So, balik ka sa cardiologist mo, and tanungin mo kung ano. So, sinabi yung mga bawal. Dami ng bawal. So, bawal yung red meat, bawal, lahat halos eh. And of course, change lifestyle. Ang sabi ni Chito, sige, hindi na ako magpaparokya. Tanya daw, wag! So parang nasa ano na siya na mag-quit na siya ng band. So sabi niya, wag, gano'n. So sabi ko, anong dapat namin gawin? So yun, change lifestyle. And ang problema pa nito, every night, ang trabaho nila, and bumabiyahe pa sila. They don't like yung pag-travel sa aeroplano, baliban ng Pag-Visayas or Mindanao. Pero sa Luzon, by land sila. Kasi nakakatulog daw sila kaysa sa aeroplano. So, puyat, tapos, bad, yung diet, and before pa silang matulog, heavy meal pa. So, talagang bad combination talaga yon. So, ayun, ang sinabi nung doctor, nasa sa'yo yan kung gusto mo kasama yung family mo or not ang matagal, di ba? And, tapos, ayun, siya ng change your diet. Tapos, yung rice niya talagang sinusukat namin. And fish, pati kahit yung mga fruits, like for example, sabi ng nutritionist, sabi ko, kasi sabi niya, watermelon, okay lang yan, or mangga. So, baby, that's too, sweet. Oo, sabi ko, because pregnant naman ako, nagkaroon naman ako diabetes.
Interesting.
Yes. So sabi ko, I know. Kasi chine-check ko talaga yung blood ko. So sabi ko, hindi pwede. So, ang ginawa ko, doon ako natutong mag-ampalaya. Kumain ng ampalaya nung buntis ako. So sinasabi ko lagi, pag wala ako, just eat madaming ampalaya or salad na ampalaya kasi doon talaga bumagsak yung sugar ko. And if you're really hungry na yung rice, I know masarap yung rice natin, pero effective for me yung white corn kaysa dun sa Japanese, yung sweet corn. Kasi talagang bumagsak siya. Nagulat sa akin yung OB ko na from ang taas ng sugar level ko na normal ko. So parang, oh my God, Neri, nagawa mo yun. Siyempre, parang ayun ang sabi ko. So sabi ko sa kanya, kung ako nagawa ko, mas magagawa mo yan. And now, I'm happy well actually, si Chito naman talaga, Quaker talaga eater. And nagulat ako na sinabi na 2 cups lang pala. Eh kasi si Chito mga 4 or 5. Kasi kung nasa gutom siya, yun na lang kakainin niya. At mali pa ako because nung pumunta ako sa grocery stores, may mga flavored yung kinuha ko. Sabi ko, okay. So kasi may sachets na, di ba? So ang sabi ko sa kanya, once na nagugutom ka, ito lang kakainin mo. Huwag yung, kasi alam mo yun, heavy meal pa, huwag na
Actually, half cup, sir. Hindi to.
Sorry, Chito. Pasensya na.
So yung cake, 4 cups.
Ang dami niya, grabe siya kumain. So parang sabi ko sa asawa ko na kung hindi pala, 2 cups lang pala. 2 scoops pala, sorry.
Sabi nga ni Kay kanina, it's 1 in 2 Filipinos, diba, na high ang cholesterol. So, like with me in my life, it's my dad, and I'm sure all of us, we have someone in our lives that can really benefit from us sharing the information that we heard today. How about you, Miss Nadia? Kanino mo ba nakikwento yung mga learnings mo today?
Nako, ako naman, sobrang, it has so much effect on me kasi, well, obviously, we come from a family that's really genetically healthy, super sexy. And I can say that I'm the sexiest in the family. Well, kasi, my grandfather was 440 pounds. And now my brother is reaching almost 300 plus. So, talagang it's always been a struggle. And I don't think this has, the invitation, talaga perfect timing. Like I was telling Nadine, who's a friend of mine from a long time ago, I was supposed to be one of the celebrity biggest losers, which they had to pull me out because of my heart condition. And it's always been a struggle, especially 3 years ago when my husband passed. And talagang food is such a big part of our lives, our daily lives. And ask me what my business is, I'm into catering. So, kusina ni Nadia, which makes it harder. But sabi ko nga, I was telling Nadine earlier, I said, I just parang answered prayer, tong invitation on Quaker. Kasi I grew up eating oatmeal talaga. And unfortunately, the generation now, it's really hard for me to teach my kids to eat. But I do enforce it because there is always oatmeal in my pantry. Hindi nawawala yan. So anytime I just feel like eating it, I do. But now that everything I learned today, I was like, wow, at least, it's something that I can eat and I can change my lifestyle with. So, sobrang laking bagay kasi I have never checked my cholesterol regarding yung sa oats and all of these because I really try my best to make more healthier food at home, no? Like, I've already erased pork and beef. We have it like once a week. So my kids, mama malapit na kami lumipad kasi chicken lang talaga. So, and I try to enforce vegetables because I am a vegetable lover. So I think talaga, it's so hard for me because I feel like all this time, 47 years of my life, I'm trying to eat healthy. I like everything. I can cook anything I want, but yet, when it comes to health, I'm not doing good. So, plus my heart condition. So now, parang tama, I'm on the right track, 2020. It's me and my health priority. So,
I know that we in Miss Nadia will be taking the cholesterol
yes,
test.
I will, yes.
I'm excited but terrified.
Yes.
But it's something that we should do.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And we will be updating you because we will be getting the results in 24 hours. Now, what are your thoughts on the Smart Heart Challenge? 30 days, kaya ba natin itong lahat?
Kaya. Actually,
Kaya ba ni Chito to?
dapat kayanin niya. Kasi suserve ko talaga sa kanya yun. And yun, syempre tinakot na siya ng doctor na about your health. And usually, mga kabatch niya, nagme-maintenance na nga eh. Di ba? Parang yun. So, I'm sorry sa mga classmates niya nandito. Booking kayo. Pero, I'm excited na sasamahan ko siya sa challenge niya. Para at least pareho kami. Hindi yung ibibigay ko na parang tapos ako kumakain ng, di ba, crispy pata in front of him. So, yun.
Siyempre, support dapat tayong lahat, di ba? I think that's fantastic, Ms. Nadia, what you've been doing in your house na actually, medyo nakaka-relate ako doon sa feeling ko lilipat na ako because since my dad got sick, we've also been trying as much as we can to eliminate pork and beef from our diet at home. But how do you feel about the Smart Heart Challenge?
Well, I'm excited. I'm really excited because I have to be the best role model in my house, diba? Kasi when the dad passed, parang, well, before that, we were like, parang he kept saying, bigay nyo na sa akin lahat ng gusto kong kainin. So the food at home was just talagang bad. Bad. Literally, you wanted lechon, we get lechon. You wanted cheese rolls, we get cheese rolls. You wanted ice cream, we get ice cream. So that was like the lifestyle, and of course the kids had to, join him with that. So now that parang this is happening, so my kids are all also into, like the 29, 27, 26, and then my bunso is 13. I have 7 girls who are so conscious na talagang gym. Okay, bye guys, I'll see you later. At least I learned from Nadine earlier that our body was programmed to move, not to exercise. Woo! I'm on the right track. Okay, so moving. That's yeah. So I won't make it too hard on myself, but I just want to make it right.
Love that. Words to live by. Kanina pa natin naririnig kay Ms. Nadine yung mga pwede natin magawa, in 30 days. We have choices, right? It's not just oats and milk,
No.
Why don't we kickstart this? I know you have something to show us, thus your Madonna mic. We have a cooking demo prepared for everybody.
First, I'd like to say that I'm so maybe more than grateful, relieved that Quaker has the Smart Heart Challenge because for me, this is turning information to experience. Because information is out there, it's everywhere, and giving people a venue, a structured venue, where they can actually make transformation for themselves. Because a lot of people want change, okay? In 2020 especially, a lot of people want change. But they don't know where to start. They don't have probably the resources. It takes, not everyone can pay for a trainer or a nutritionist and if information is free, it's just too free. That they don't anymore know what to follow. So information is out there, it's everywhere. You probably don't even need experts because they're everywhere. But what people need to adapt information is experience and structure and accessibility to that so that they can do it for themselves. So, and to have something it's really big because I've talked to so many people in this line of work, and I always say that you don't tell people if they want advice on what to do. You can't tell people, kain ka ng 1/2 cup of ganyan or 30 grams of like that. People don't respond to that. People respond to, sa Jollibee, ano pwede kong kainin? It's more like a practical, adapting approach to their lifestyle. Or if you give them a lot of healthy ingredients, their next question is, paano ba ito gagamitin? Like, because I eavesdrop. Hindi na over here, eavesdrop. And people shopping, okay? Because I want to know what their perception of food is. So someone picks up at live, and someone says, paano ba ito gagamitin? Initin ba ito ng ganyan? So people have these everywhere, but they need something consolidated, structured, organized, streamlined, and helping them. Like you said, you've thought of everything. pati cholesterol check, but they've covered all the bases. So I'm maybe really grateful. I don't know what the word is, the right word is like, go Quaker.
Grateful siguro. The
You're
word
grateful.
grateful talaga is, because like with me, I told her, answered prayer to talaga for me. Because I will really do this challenge for not for myself lang, but for my children. Because I don't want them naman, to be taking care of me because I'm sick, diba? So I want to be healthy.
Oh,
This time,
yeah. Also, all of us have a story. I always tell my clients or people, when you come to me for a program or when you start this transformation, the very first thing you need to do is to figure out your why. Why are you doing this? So, while I'm in weight loss generally, and when people come to me for my health, I'll always say, bakit? Why health only? What? Where's vanity in that? Okay, I'm going to say, Winston Churchill said that vanity is the vice that promotes virtue. Why do I say that? It's very difficult to motivate yourself. For example, to wake up at 4 a.m. every day, lace up your shoes, and run because of a threat of a future disease. Like say, tatakbo ko kasi baka in 2 years mag-stroke ako. Is that emotionally empowering? No, right? No, it's not. So, in weight loss, I encourage that. In women, it's a big thing. In women, there's such a thing as a revenge body. That's emotionally. It's a big emotional hook. Because unless you're already feeling sick and feeling bad, you're not gonna be motivated enough. It stays in the head. Find your emotional cue. Find your why. Obviously, I don't have heart issues, but why is heart such a big thing for me? You were saying you don't want your children to take care of you. If I get emotional, please, I'm sorry, because I'm going to talk about my parents. I'm part of the generation that watched our parents die terrible deaths. By terrible, I mean having so many machines hooked up to them. I don't know what happened to their generation, how much they ate, and how much stress they endured, but when I was 9 years old, my dad had a heart attack, which shifted our entire family. We don't have the peace at home, which is why my palate changed and all. But 33 years later, he had a big thing. So that means there's sustainability in between. So you can't just change it now. That's why I'm saying it's not a bunch of things to do. It's not what you change. It's your belief system. It's your behavior. Lifestyle is a bunch of things to do. But you've got to be a different person approaching it. When I was, my dad, 33 years later, I was saying he had a quadruple bypass, which the surgery was great, but he stroked out when he was being wheeled out of the hospital. He was supposed to be okay. And it was a dual hemisphere stroke, which paralyzed him. Mouth down. Couldn't eat. Gastric tube. Watched him for 6 years. That way. It was painful for us. But that made me change. It shifted. And like I said, I always say the rest is history. I shifted. I became who I am today. But did I change my brothers? No. They watched him, but that didn't. So that wasn't a powerful hook to them. So it's like you need to find that thing that will make you really change who you are, not just what you do. Because what you do, I always say you can't do anything for the fear of it. Because when you sleep at night, you forget what you're afraid of. And the next day, you go back to what you've been doing. I always say that there are many reasons, but I don't have the mental architecture to binge, to not eat well. Because basically, to me, eating well is a form of self-respect. It's really like my relationship with food is that it honors me. It's a big thing for me. So it's like whatever it is that I put in my body, there's so much love coming in. So maybe that has to be a consideration because those changes are permanent. A bunch of things to do, you lose because life happens. Life happens and life gets in the way. And you forget what you need to do. But if you make yourself into a new person, you never forget that, right? So this is a good start because this is support. But before you get into this, whoever is going to get into this or whoever is going to transform their lifestyle, figure out your why. And it has to be so powerful. Usually, pain is a powerful motivator to push you, but pleasure will make you stay. So it can't be just pain. Pain, like, oh God, I forgot now what I'm scared of or what painful is. But pleasure, because it's like every day. So, me, for me, especially now, post-menopause, life changed. But I'm still that girl that says, what is the next greatest version of me?